Welcome back to my channel and to a trail camera review. Today it is the 18 megapixel BOG Clandestine. Now this trail camera has a feature that no other trail camera that I've ever used or tested has. I'm anxious to show you what that is, but first I'm going to do a quick unboxing. I'm going to show you my initial thoughts of this camera as I take it out of the package, but then more importantly I'm going to be putting it out into the field and collect sample photos and videos to show you. At the end, I'll bring you back and give you my pros and cons as I see it after using this camera for several months. First, let's get into the unboxing. So it is the 18 megapixel Clandestine. Has real nice packaging here. Actually has a bit of a magnetic feel to it here. But I'll show you some of the features and some of the camera functions here. You can pause that and take a better look at it if you would like. Has real nice packaging all around it. But let's get into see what the camera looks like inside the package. So inside this packaging, we get our trail camera. We get the trail camera. We'll take a closer look at this in just a second. We also get the owner's manual or the user's manual. Get a 2-year warranty sticker. That's great that they offer a 2-year limited warranty. Over here are some accessories. Accessories include a tree strap and a USB cable. Let's take a closer look at this camera. It has some nice bark-like textures here on the outside of the camera. On the back, we do have a place for a security cable and also for your tree strap. There is a 1/4-20 mount both on the back and on the bottom of the camera. Has your darkened IR bulbs, your lens, and of course your PIR sensor. Has a USB slot down here on the bottom of the camera. Well, I'm sure you're curious as to what the unique feature that this camera has. Well, if you look at the outside case here, there's no latches or lids or case to open. In fact, it has a button here right on the front of it. If you press that, the battery case and removable screen come out. On the back of the removable screen here is a place to place your batteries. Has a battery tray. You're going to do that. It also has your on-off switch and your menu selection. You'll use this to set up all the camera mode. You can also use this as a viewer. Full-size SD card here. Comes right into the side. Removable viewer allows it easy to view your photos and videos taken out of this camera, and it also allows very easy installation of the batteries. So that's unique. I've never had or seen a camera that actually has a removable LCD screen into the camera that eliminates any case of leakage around the case here. There's no latches or anything to open the case. You simply can press the button on the bottom of the camera and remove the batteries and the viewable screen to check out your photos and videos. I'm anxious to put batteries in this, put it out in the field, and I'll show you more how this removable screen works and how it functions. Right off the bat, it is a little tight to press the button and to get that to release. Hopefully, as it breaks in a little bit more, it won't be too hard. But I really like the looks of this, and I can see this is becoming extremely handy, especially for those who want to view your photos and videos out in the field. No more bending down at the camera, trying to get down at the same level as this to view what pictures or videos your camera has already taken. Removable LCD screen on the BOG Clandestine trail camera. So next I will be putting batteries in this camera and an SD card. Then I'm going to be placing it out in the field and showing you sample photos and videos. Now, how good a quality can we get from this camera? What can you expect both daytime and nighttime? I'm anxious to see the quality, and I'm going to share that with you next. Well, I appreciate you sticking around. I've showed you the unboxing and my initial thoughts of this trail camera. I've placed it out into the woods and showed you sample photos and videos. I'm going to give you my pros and cons, my final thoughts after using this trail camera in just a second. But first I wanted to touch on this removable screen. I know in the unboxing I touched on it briefly, but I wanted to go over a little bit more detail. It is advertised as a 3-inch removable screen. And this is not only handy for viewing your photos and videos out into the field. You don't have to be bent down into the camera to view them. You can simply remove this unit from the camera, and that is how you view your photos, but it's also how you set up the camera. Your menu and all the settings is done through this removable screen. There's no buttons or settings or controls on the camera. Everything is in this compact unit that you pull out of the camera. The menu and the navigation through that has some nice buttons here on the side. It does have an icon-based menu. In other words, it gives you pictures here as you scroll through of what the different settings are. That's advertised as being an easy to navigate, easy to use. It's not bad. It took me just a little bit to get the hang of that and what each icon meant. I'm probably not the smartest cookie in the bunch, so take that for what it's worth. But after I got the hang of it, it was not that bad. And it is very capable of allowing you to scroll through the settings. And again, all of your settings, your SD card, and your batteries are all located in this removable unit. So that convenience is quite unique to this camera. Again, you don't have to be bent down at the camera. You can simply walk up to your camera, remove this unit, and stand there and access and view through your pictures and change any of the settings through this. When you're done with that, you can simply place this back in the camera. The camera reactivates and is ready for the next animals to walk past the camera. Now you can obviously still remove the SD card and change that out if you would like to and don't want to spend the time in the woods viewing through your photos. But this does make a very handy option to view your photos and to set up the camera. Now let's get on to the final thoughts. For my final thoughts, I'm going to start out with the pros. Obviously, this camera, with its price tag of right around $160 to $170, is more of a premium trail camera, but the photos and videos reflect that. It is excellent quality photos and videos, as you saw in the samples. I'll continue to show you some samples here, but it's crystal clear. The night vision does well. It lights up the area, and you get a clear night photo and night videos. The video quality is excellent along with the photo quality. Sometimes when a camera switches from photo to video, you lose some quality. Not the case with this camera. I am very pleased with the quality of the photos and videos, both daytime and nighttime. Another positive is its camouflage. It doesn't have a bunch of different colors here, but it has a very unique bark design all around this trail camera. For my area here, it blends in quite well, and I'm very happy with both its color and its camouflage look. That bark design is a bit unique, but it blends in very well. I love the camo and the looks of this camera. A third pro, and I already touched on that, is that removable screen. It works great to simply remove that and to be able to view your photos and videos or to set up the camera. One slight con to that is you obviously have to have that back inside the camera in order for it to take photos and videos. You cannot obviously open up any type of case and view a screen while it's mounted on a tree. So the initial setup and getting your camera focused and pointed in the exact right direction takes a little bit of time. The best way I found to do that is to place that viewing screen in the camera, activate it, walk in front of it a few times, pull that screen back out, view the photo or video to see how you have it lined up. A little bit of negative. But overall, that removable screen is a big plus. It makes replacing the batteries extremely handy. It does take 6 AA batteries. On the original 6 batteries, the Energizer lithiums, I got close to 300 videos on this before it went dead. So the battery life, I would say, is average. I've had cameras that did a lot better than that, but there are many out there that do worse, hence the average. So it's not going to be the top battery life of any camera I had. Part of that is because of just 6 batteries versus what most trail cameras take is 8 AA's. But the battery life is more than acceptable. I would rate that as average. So those were the positives. I guess it had a little bit of a con mixed in there with the having to remove the screen and getting the setup just right. The only other con that I faced with this camera, it has a pretty narrow field of view. I looked, could not find readily what the exact angle of the camera is, but it's definitely not a wide screen. I placed this camera over the water hole. It's a very popular place here. I placed a lot of cameras over that water hole throughout the years. This one definitely has one of the most narrow field of views. Not necessarily bad, but you do have to keep that in mind, especially if you're using this camera where you have used another camera. I was so used to covering the whole water hole, plenty of both sides. In fact, I can show you some samples here from this camera and another camera that I had placed at that water hole. A dramatic difference in the field of view. I like the wide angle. It makes things look a little bit further away, but I feel like I'm capturing more and not missing as much. This narrow field of view, you really have to pinpoint where you have that camera pointed so you're sure to capture the action. So those were the pros and cons as I saw it. An excellent camera, lots more pros than cons. If you want excellent photo and video quality, this camera can deliver that unique removable screen. Again, like I said, no other camera I ever used has that. It makes setup very easy because you can simply stand there and hold that. No more bending down at the tree or setting up all your settings before you have your camera mounted to the tree. And again, viewing back your photos and videos in the field. Very nice color display. You can easily do that. Big plus to that removable screen. So if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. I'll be placing a link down in the description to this camera if you want more information, or maybe you're interested in purchasing one. Feel free to follow that link down in the description. Again, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What did you think of the video and the photo quality? How about that removable screen? Is that a good option? Is that something you would like? Again, put your comments or questions down in the comment section. I really do enjoy hearing from you. I try and get back to each and every one of you. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.